You remember the disaster at the Upper Big Branch mine? Now, this was back in 2010. There was an explosion there. 29 workers got killed. This is in West Virginia. The guy who ran that company at the time was Don Blankenship. Now, here is shocking news. He's been indicted for that. Now, in America, where executives never face any consequences, this is really unprecedented news. So let me tell you all about it. Don Blankenship was indicted last month on conspiracy to willfully violate federal mining regulations before the accident and to defraud the United States by making false statements to the Securities and Exchange Commission in its aftermath. Talking Points Memo is reporting that. And what they explain later in the article is that what's sad about this is that he's actually facing 10 times as much time for lying to the government about the SEC as he is about the 29 guys dying. Well, don't mess with the markets. If you lie to the Securities and Exchange Commission, then you're going to have real problems. But hey, I'll take it either way. So more details. It's hugely significant, Phil Smith says. He's with the United Mine Workers of America. Not just in the coal industry, but for industry in general. Finally, the head of a company that has willfully violated working safety laws has been called to account. You know, I feel like he's speaking for me when he says, finally, we have one executive who might pay the price. So now we're going to give you a sense of Don Blankenship and what he did here at the mine. That'll give you a sense of exactly the kind of guy he is and why this happened in the first place. First, I'm going to go all the way back to the 1980s, and then I'll give you more recent quotes to give you a mindset of Blankenship. He said about capitalism, his company, etc. It's like a jungle, where a jungle is survival of the fittest. Unions, communities, people, everybody's going to have to learn to accept that in the United States, you have a capitalist society, and that capitalism, from a business standpoint, is survival of the most productive. So this is mindset, and then how does it get put into effect? Well, in this particular case, here's what happened. Over the period that federal investigators examined, from January 2008 to shortly after April of 2010, that's when the accident happened, the Upper Big Branch mine was cited 835 times for violating federal mine safety standards. That's in just about 2 years, 835 times. Because you got to run that coal. You'll see the quotes in a second. Who cares? Safety. Why would I care about the safety of my workers? Okay, that's what. It's not an accident. It's not a slip up. It's on purpose. The mine ranked among the worst mines in the United States in shutdown orders, prosecutors said. It also generated more than $330 million in revenue for Massey, that's the company that Blankenship ran, in 2009, 14% of the company's revenue. So it seems like they're not doing their job if they're getting all these violations. No, they are doing their job, which is to make $330 million that year. Okay. Federal officials concluded that explosive materials built up as a result of the safety violations and caused the disaster that killed 29 people. So it was because he was not doing the things he needed to do that he got those 835 violations. And it was the same reason that you had the dangerous explosives build up, blow up, and kill 29 people, because he wanted to make an extra buck. Now, what's going to help prosecutors is the words of Don Blankenship. Here are the things that he has said in the past, including to the people that work at his company. You need to run some coal. We'll worry about ventilation or other issues at an appropriate time. Now is not the time. By the way, that was in response to concerns about this mine. They said, no, look, we've got real issues here. Now is not the time to worry about safety. Run some coal. Oh, I hope they convict this guy. Please let there be a conviction here. Then that'll be the time for him to get concerned. All right, here's some more quotes. He tells the people working underneath him, in my opinion, children could run these mines better than you all do. Look at your costs and figure out what you're going to do to get it down. Because if we don't have a better August and September than we had July, you can be assured that the stock options are not going to look very attractive. So he's just telling these guys, look, man, if you want to make money, you ignore all those issues and you just run the coal, okay? He says children could run this better. Believe me, if you gave Don Blankenship an opportunity to put children in the mines, he would take advantage of that opportunity, okay? So now in this case, he's talking to executives. And finally, he makes his threat even clearer. Please be reminded that your core job is to make money. I'm looking to make an example out of somebody, and I don't mean embarrassment. So if you don't ignore safety problems, you'll be fired. And I'll get somebody else who'll ignore safety problems. And we'll run coal and we'll make money, everything else be damned. Well, I hope somebody's damned. That's the guy going to trial. Hey, good news today. They at least indicted him, and he's going to court.